Oh, also, there is a painter named Dean Howell who created this painting based off the store, and I believe he made it around the 1980s, and I want to recreate that, but I want to give it a little twist and make it a lady, a curvy one with like a red plaid bikini. It is kind of late. Right now it's almost 10 o'clock, so we'll see how much I get done and how late I stay up. Nothing like the sound of lawnmowers waking you up in the mornings. But yeah, I took like a 5-hour nap, and I'm gonna get up and shower and start the painting. So I don't recommend to be like me and work up until like 5 a.m. That's when I ended up falling asleep. I was just too tired. Here I was focusing on getting the black hair to stand out from the ocean background so that it didn't look so blended in. And I also thought that once I'm done with this project, I take a break before I start the next ones. I want to focus on architecture, kind of want to hone in on that first, especially before I start the liminal space projects. During this project, I also completed 3 series. The first one was White Lotus, then I watched Severance, and then after that I watched Dark Matter and